irrelevant appendage. "And I apologize if I disturbed you. You nap as you did when you were a babe, and that is what concerns me." And so the familiar discourse commenced, as dependable as the sunset, and his father frowned. "You have been home these 8 months, yet you do not resume your normal activities. The war is over, yet you maintain the fight. Why do you shut yourself away from the world? Why do you not go out with your friends?" he asked in a sharp tone. "You are a war hero, distinguished by your courage displayed under Wellington's command. Why do you not celebrate? What is there to celebrate?" His rapier retort cut through his father's impossible hopes, because Antony had no desire to rejoin the world, at least not in his current state. "The very suggestion inspires naught but disgust, and my friends are similarly battered and impaired." With a huff of frustration, Antony speared his fingers through his hair and stomped to the window. As the familiar clamour of war filled his ears, he flung open the drapes. Gazing at the sky, he mourned the many casualties. How could he go on, waltzing through the Ton's ballrooms, as though nothing happened? "John is dead, or did you forget him already?" "I forget nothing about my firstborn and your elder brother, but he is gone, God rest his soul." Tugging at the lapels of his coat, father stood tall with his usual pomposity. "What use is there to dwell on a future that no longer exists?" he asked with nary a hint of emotion. "And you are here, to take up the reins and ensure the continuation of our legacy, so all is not lost." "Ah, yes." At the prospect Antony swallowed hard, given he never desired the title and its myriad responsibilities. Indeed, he preferred the relative invisibility associated with the life of a second son, and he longed for the bygone simplicity. Could he not just be himself? "There is that, your grace." Yes, he deliberately goaded his father, as he did before the war, but his father didn't take the bait, much to Antony's disappointment. Could they not return to the old days, marked by good-natured ribbing and morning horse races along Rotten Row? "You will check your tone, sir, because I raised you better than that, and you will not speak to me thus." The formidable patriarch, unerring in his focus, emerged, and Antony's knees buckled, because he would rather cut off his other arm than fail his father. In an instant, father bent and drew Antony into a reassuring hug. "Easy, my boy. I do not pretend to understand your obsession with what is done and cannot be undone, or the invisible scars you carry as a blockade of a sort, to exclude those who would provide succour in times of heartache. While I am proud to have sacrificed my sons on the altar of freedom from Napoleon's tyranny, I know you cannot persist in this fashion. I will no longer permit you to linger in this pitiful state." "What do you intend?" As father brushed Antony's hair from his forehead, he arched a brow. "A spanking?" "Something much worse. But do not tempt me." Father chuckled, and Antony walked to the armoire in search of distraction, that he might gather his wits and counter whatever harebrained scheme his father proposed next. Could he simply not let Antony mourn the loss of his arm? "A missive is just arrived from Lord Ainsworth." "What has that to do with me?" He retrieved a yard-length swathe of linen and sighed, because the item represented another in a series of tasks Antony could not perform for himself, given he had only half a left arm. Instead of seizing a diversion, he only reminded himself of his deficiency, and he cursed his miserable hide. "Lord Ainsworth is your friend, is he not?" "Indeed, Ainsworth is my oldest and dearest childhood chum, dating to my tenure at Eton, when I still wore short-coats." Father flicked his fingers, and Antony dragged his heels as a petulant child. While his father tied a perfect mathematical, he sniffed. "Tomorrow you and I shall journey to Upper Brook Street and pay call on your fiancée, Lady Arabella, because it is past due for you to renew your acquaintance. By the by, I plan to announce your engagement at the ball in a fortnight." "I beg your pardon?" A shudder of pure dread gripped his spine, and the room seemed